New video from Explore With Us body cam, and this one sounds insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. 11-year-old's prank ends in felony charge. Probably not the first time it's happened. I know as a kid I've done some stupid stuff, and I know these days, you know, it's definitely a lot more common. Thank you, social media. Let's see what prank he did that ended in a felony charge.
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car. Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast.
What?
And they were on the interstate behind the car.
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call to 911.
But I didn't talk.
That's still a prank.
Because you did something stupid.
Here, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Stop.
On July 26, 2023, dispatchers in Volusia County receive urgent 911 text from a driver who claims to be following an armed kidnapper's van on the interstate.
What?
When they trace the phone, however, they learn the messages are coming from a residence in Port Orange.
Why? You're following a kidnapper's van?
Turning a plea for help into an unexpected lesson in consequences.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old.
Yep.
If you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Yep. W.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has mostly never been seen before until now.
Okay.
It's just after 9:45 a.m. when 911 begins receiving texts from someone named Lily Lee Combs.
You could text 911?
She claims to be following a kidnapper's van on the interstate, and updates are still pouring in. Volusia County deputies, multiple area police departments, and a helicopter join the urgent search.
Damn.
When they fail to locate the van, a deputy tries calling the phone number that's been sending the text messages.
Damn.
Hello? Hello?
That's fucked up, bro.
Hi. Is this the... What's your name? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm trying to reach the person that called 911. Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, shut up.
Please leave your message for 3.
She's panicking.
No, it's going voicemail.
She's
It
panicking.
says, RP confirming they are in a blue Jeep. Victim is in a white van. They can see they are being restrained through the windows. At the turnaround?
That's weird.
A new text message comes through, including a detailed description of the suspect,
Another text?
who's described as having brown hair and blue eyes.
How is she behind him? She's seeing this happen and she knows what color eyes he has.
Right? Like what?
That's weird. Brown hair and blue eyes, but she's behind him. Like,
Right?
If she was saw the incident or witnessed the kidnapping, or how would you even be following
How is
them
this
and know
even a
any of this?
prank?
Yeah, RP confirming they're in a
How is this a prank? What is it? What's the joke?
blue Jeep, victim in a white van. Of course it's a white van. Like, it just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm not saying this by any means, but it's just,
W
Yeah.
I've
cops.
had calls like this before.
Their suspicions about the text messages are all but confirmed when a GPS trace on the phone comes back to a residence in
that's
Port
far
Orange, indicating the texter is not traveling on the highway as they claim.
Piece of shit.
Deputies quickly head to the residence to investigate.
Hi there, how you doing? Is this your residence, sir?
This is.
Do you have a daughter or a child at home named by Lily Lee?
No.
No?
Anybody home?
Yeah, my wife, my kids. We just got home from Pennsylvania. I have an Ava and a Mikey.
Ava and Mikey?
Yep.
One Delta 5.
Would you like to see them?
The deputies follow him to his house,
Interesting.
where he informs his wife what's going on.
Interesting.
There was a 911 call?
Yeah, so somebody called in, they texted.
Sorry, I'm in my pajamas.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Someone texted into 911 that someone was getting kidnapped and they were on the interstate, but then when they went and did a location on the phone, the address was showing up here.
As their daughter Ava steps into the garage, her phone rings. The deputy answers it, leading to a shocking conclusion.
Hello? Hold on. Who's this?
Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
All right, cool. This is Deputy Adby, the Sheriff's Office.
Oh, good. You got her.
Yep. All right.
Oh, okay. Is her dad home?
Yep. I got both her parents here.
Damn.
Yeah, we're going to ask the sheriff to go away in a second.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
What happened? I'm so
Let me see this phone.
Yeah, so all these other numbers. So there's a phone call on.
I'm not gonna lie, 11-year-old having a phone is kind of crazy, but I guess that's how it is these days.
To 911.
There's a phone call out to
Yep.
911? What time?
That's her
There's one
call.
right
That's
here.
her calling it.
There's 911 again right there.
This phone was called.
These numbers calling back in
Like,
are
what?
no
You're not
caller
supposed
ID.
to.
You did.
Well, there's 3 different times that 911 was called out from this phone.
9:30 a.m.
Yep.
That was the initial call.
Twice.
No, I didn't mean to call that because I.
Right.
But you did.
You can't do that.
Reports show that the number
Look,
belonging to Ava dialed.
look, it's a kid. She screwed up. But bro, you cannot mess with 911 even as a kid. I knew that. Like, you can't mess with cops, bro. Like, that's jail.
911 at 9:30. When asked where the emergency is, a female identified as possibly a juvenile responded, "I'm sorry, I dialed the wrong number." The same phone number would later begin texting 911 to report the kidnapping.
Okay.
When did, I'm just so confused, I'm sorry. When did you got a message about an interstate?
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car
Could I call this
who
back?
was kidnapped.
That's
Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast, and they were on the interstate behind the car.
What time is this?
This
Today?
is like, yeah, this is today. This
Oh,
is
we
actively
got
going on
home
right
at
now.
2:30 in the morning,
Okay.
so we were here the whole time since 2:30. We were on the interstate coming home
Ava,
from
everything's showing that
Pennsylvania.
Right.
you called
But
out.
we showed up here like 2:10, 2:15
Okay.
And we
yeah,
went to
but,
bed.
But these 911 calls
for this
count.
morning. You were calling 911? You were. Don't look surprised. You did. You
Say
did it
yes
on
or
your
no?
phone.
Did they say anything to you?
Be
No one
honest.
said anything to you?
Be honest.
Did you say, Ava, you have to explain what happened here. Something's going on. What did you know? What do you know?
Mikey, go inside. Ava, get your shoes on. Come out here.
I didn't hit anything. Want me to close the door?
You're not in trouble.
Roll
We just
your
need
eyes
to
in.
know what happened. I need to know and understand because this is like weird.
Yeah.
Because we got to make sure that there's not somebody that's being kidnapped on the interstate and we're trying to find them. And all of a
Open your
sudden-
mouth if you said something on the phone.
I didn't say anything,
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call 911.
but I didn't talk.
While one deputy heads to her cruiser, she greets officers from the Port Orange Police Department
Okay.
who have just arrived at the scene.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, I was just trying to make heads and tails of that damn call. There's
Where's-
so many notes in it, my God.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're with the parents and the daughter, and I guess
Okay.
the daughter did have. We pulled up the call log, and she did call 911.
So the whole armed kidnapping thing
Fake.
and all that stuff is bogus, or?
There was no text evidence when we looked through it, so I don't know if she deleted it real quick or if it's like through
Okay.
through an app. Yeah, it seems it's probably
I didn't
just
know
this
you
one
could
thing.
text
She's
apps.
like 10 years old, so
Wow, okay.
yeah.
While Ava's parents demand an explanation, deputies prepare to Mirandize the 11-year-old,
Damn.
who has yet to fully grasp the gravity of the
This
situation.
is serious, bro.
just lied to the police and mommy and
Kai! Oh my gosh, bro. Can you, like, stop stepping on my keyboard?
Tell them what you just said to us.
Open your mouth. I'm telling you, open your mouth.
He's gonna read you something.
I don't know how far she skipped along or where we're at. Fuck, man.
Ava, how old are you, Ava?
Okay.
All right, Miss Ava, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you
Yep.
say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice
Damn, the mom is like, wait, what?
before we ask you any questions and to have the lawyer present during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you
Yeah.
before my questioning if you wish.
We're reading her rights.
You did. Hey. Hey.
Because you did something stupid.
Right.
Let me explain something here.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's a felony.
You can cry about this. What you've done here is a felony. Okay? It's a felony crime, and you probably had 20 law enforcement officers at least, a helicopter, and all looking,
Yup.
all running with lights and siren on high speed.
It's a lot of taxpayer
to try
dollars.
to apprehend or try to stop a serious forcible felony from happening.
Yep.
You know what happens if one of those officers crashes and gets killed on the way to responding?
You could be
Something
liable.
That you did.
You could be liable for manslaughter.
So you better take this serious.
Under pressure from both her father and the deputy, Ava offers an
Or like a
excuse for
third
her
degree, I
actions,
don't know.
which doesn't sit well with the deputy.
Okay.
Ava, you need to tell the exact truth. I don't want a story. I don't care what it is. I want the exact truth.
You can't make this go away by being quiet.
Yep.
The only thing you're going to end up, that's going to happen to you is you're going to end up in a pair of handcuffs going to our juvenile facility.
Yep.
I'm not going to mince any words with you. That's a very distinct possibility of what can happen here today. Don't look at your mother. She didn't have any part in this. This was all you.
Yup.
Yesterday, I beat my brother. Said something that I know just made me pop in the head, and then I ended up doing.
So your brother says something about 911, and you're like, "Oh, let me call." What?
And doing all this. And
Was he part of planning this with you?
no, he just said it, and then
What did he say?
he said, "What's 911?"
This is your brother?
Yeah, he said it this way.
You wanna get him?
"What's 911?"
Well, we can, when we're done, will you go wait a minute?
And then I said, "No, we can't. I didn't feel this morning," and then I just.
So you're trying to blame this on your brother?
You could ask me.
Damn.
Was he with you when you made this call?
Damn.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
was he
yep.
with you when you made these texts?
No.
Okay, then you did this.
Yep.
You were on your own for this. And if your brother's 7 years old, you're not going to blame your 7-year-old brother.
Obviously.
This was all your decision. Okay.
To call 911 to do what? What did he say to call 911?
Just call 911. You could ask him.
For what?
So can I ask?
What if
was
he told you to
something
go up on the roof
YouTube
and jump
that you
off the
saw?
roof? Would you do that? So what's the difference?
Deputies
Yep.
will soon discover the startling truth behind Ava's fabricated story. For now, Ava's mother raises concerns about recent questionable activity on Ava's phone, but it does little to impact the situation.
Okay.
You know?
So I have something really weird with that phone. When we first got that, the phone kept ringing non-stop, ringing in to me, and I was picking it up, and there was like people talking, and like I'm like, hello.
What? What are you yapping about?
Oh, hello, and like non-stop, like I mean every 4 seconds there was a call coming in with random numbers, and I didn't know them, and I was hitting block contact, like as soon
What are
as the
you
trick got that
yapping
phone
about?
number, I was like this.
That has no.
Yeah, she said she did it. It happened. What are you yapping about?
That has nothing to do with what went on today.
Questions about her intentions lead to a harsh
Good
reality
God.
check from the deputy, who forces Ava to consider the possible consequences of the false report.
What were you planning on happening out of this?
What was the goal? A joke.
Well, what did you think was going to happen when you said somebody was kidnapped and somebody had a gun? What did you think was going to happen?
Then why'd you do it?
Well, did you have any thoughts about how much of the law enforcement resources in this area you were going to take up by doing that? I probably never thought of that, right?
Thought it'd be one cop.
The men and women that have families at home that are driving 90 or 100 miles an hour with their lights and siren on, trying to save somebody who's a victim of an armed kidnapping that they could be involved
It's not a joke.
in a
Yep.
traffic crash and be seriously
It's not a
injured or
prank.
killed because you wanted to make a
This is
joke.
crazy,
Does that
bro.
seem funny to you? Would that be funny if that happened? Because I can tell you that would be even more serious than
Yep.
what you're looking at right now.
You physically see your father walk up to sheriffs, military, everybody, thank you for your service.
Yep.
And then you do like this?
You could tell
Though it wasn't
by his
captured
shirt.
on camera, reports state that Ava admitted to getting the idea to prank 911 from a YouTube challenge.
Why do they have phones? I can guarantee the 7-year-old has a phone too.
And a deputy attempts to get more details.
Where was this video that you saw? Where was it? On YouTube?
Y'all gotta
Do you
watch what they
remember who
watch,
the creator
bro.
was, or who the poster was, what it was about? Any?
Y'all gotta watch the
What do
content,
you mean by
y'all.
all of this? This as in what?
Kids, bro.
So it was a video about the Palm Coast Chick-fil-A. That's it. That's all the video was about?
This ain't a joke, bro.
Gotcha. So, yep. So you saw a video that somebody made about how fun it would be to call 911 or text 911 and say that somebody's got a gun, somebody's trying to get hurt. You thought it'd be fun to recreate that. Is that what you're telling me?
That's exactly it. You didn't know what you did.
However, Ava is
It's a
about
kid
to
thing,
realize
bro.
an apology won't be enough to escape the
Yep,
consequences.
this is a real deal.
Meanwhile, one deputy reveals that he was able to reach Ava by phone just before their arrival and got a less than friendly response from the young girl.
Was this what we heard?
27 minutes, she lied to the dispatcher or the call taker over text, and then when I caught her up, she told me to F myself and stop responding.
Oh. I think she knew what she was doing a little bit more than she's leading on.
Caught her up? Like, got her caught up? Like, hey, you know what's up? The jig's up.
That's when she started deleting more text messages.
Yep.
Based on Ava's statements, deputies decide
it's
there's
in the
enough
catch, though.
probable cause to arrest Ava and prepare to take the 11-year-old into custody.
Sad, but has to. Yep.
Here, Amanda. There's that. Hey.
Don't add resisting.
She can't sit in a dentist's office, so that's why I'm saying.
Yeah, she has to go.
Listen carefully. Don't make this.
You can talk to me.
Nope.
You can cuff me. Don't say that out loud, Dad, because then it's gonna put thoughts in her head.
So stop. Listen to me. What's your Ava?
Don't learn your lesson?
Ava. Stop struggling.
Don't learn your lesson?
They're not going to hurt you. Yeah, they're not going to hurt you. Listen carefully what's going to happen here. No one's going to hurt you. You're going to sit in the car for now, okay? If you go somewhere, what it's going to involve is taking pictures, taking fingerprints, and then they're going to call your parents to come and get you. So don't make the situation any worse. They'll be up shortly after that.
Go in the car?
No, you can't go in the car.
You can cuff me if you have to.
It just can't happen.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
I'm telling you this right now. You're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old. That if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Yep.
Ava is placed into the back of the police car, where her father delivers a few hard truths.
Okay.
I'm just warning you, you're not going to sit for a couple hours. They're going to be bringing you into a building, fingerprinting you, doing all sorts of stupid.
For no reason. Yep.
Your life just changed, kid.
Yep, for no reason.
Over a phone call, your life just changed.
Minutes later, the reality of the situation continues to have an emotional impact
That's
on
rough.
her parents.
That is rough. I couldn't imagine.
Punishment for her right now.
It is.
Sucks for us, but this is the best thing for her because she's bouncing on it.
It sucks for us. I work my off with you to keep this kid doing stuff normal like we did as kids, and this is the she does.
That's not a prank.
According
bro.
to a statement from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, 11-year-old Ava was charged with making a false police report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner, a felony, and misuse of 911, a misdemeanor.
Damn.
After being processed at the Family Resource Center, she was later transferred to the Volusia Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, an experience she is unlikely to forget.
Oh, yeah.
We requested more information about her case from the Volusia County Juvenile Court, and they said nothing is releasable.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense because she's a minor. You know, kids do kid shit, but this prank is crazy. Usually, like when I was a kid, the worst prank I'd do was a ding-dong ditch. That was like the worst, and I would get so much. Like I'd be scared for a ding-dong ditch, bro. I'd be scared. This is crazy though. Finally, the tantrum matches the age. Yep, it actually did, and she was even calmer than most people who resist arrest. I'm not gonna lie, the parents were good. Those were good parents. I hope she does not do anything like this in the future. Probably won't. It's one of those things, you know. You take it and you roll. You learn the lesson, and it is what it is. There's nobody left. Set up the bro with a play, don't fumble it. Damn, he fumbled the ball, I gotta recover it. East Street lacking, other bitch caught up. He spun back, that's not what I taught him. Now I